everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine, and today we're going to do another great workout you can do in your home with minimal equipment and a very small space. So remember to come into these workouts warmed up and ready to move, 5 to 10 minutes of a cardio workout, get your heart rate up and your muscles warmed up. So we are going to start today with one tube and a fitball, and the only other piece of equipment you need is a water jug if you have one. So just something that has a little bit of weight, a little bit of motion to it. If you don't have a water jug, you could use a water bottle or even just a medicine ball if you have one, just a lightweight one. So we're going to start today with a row seated on the ball. There's a lot of different ways to do rows. Sometimes it's good to be able to sit and really focus on the muscles that you're working on. So we've got a ball to sit on that's a little bit of, an unstable surface, so you really have to engage your core. Grab the handles. We're going to pull back both at the same time, and this time I don't want you to keep your shoulders down. Squeeze back. So we're really working on pretending to squeeze a pencil between those shoulder blades. Squeeze, make those muscles work. Postural muscles. Your arms are having to work here, your biceps. Driving your elbows towards the back of the room. Nice and slowly, both directions. Make those muscles work both directions. That really helps strengthen them. No momentum. It's all about control here. 2 more. Breathing, keeping that core nice and tight. Squeeze and relax. Okay. Good. Now we're going to move the ball out of the way, and we're going to do walkouts. So I want you to stand where you've got a good space in front of you. Move that ball over there. I want you to bend your knees, walk out to a plank, and then come back up all the way to standing. So I want you to bend your knees, not keep them straight. There's a few different ways you can do this exercise, but this is easier on your hamstrings. Sometimes there's also one that's called an inchworm, but we're going to do this one. It's called a walkout. We're walking out to a plank. Hold for just a second. Come back up, all the way to standing. If this is really challenging for you, let's start with 3, maybe 5. This one is 4. All the way up. If this is making you lightheaded or dizzy, make sure you do it near a wall, or you can do it next to something sturdy. So if you stand up and you do start to feel dizzy, you can grab onto something. Make sure you're breathing throughout. Don't hold your breath. Walk on out. Keep those abs nice and tight throughout. As you stand up, think about squeezing your glutes. All the way up to standing. Think about pulling those shoulders back up when you stand up. Good. Nice and slowly, try to control that motion on the way down. If this is really challenging for you getting down on the floor like that, the other way you could do it is to put your hands on a chair and then step back. So if this was my chair or my bench, I could start like this, step my feet out to a plank, step forward, stand up. So this is a modified way to do this one. As you get stronger, if you're not comfortable going down to the floor. Okay, next we're going to grab that water jug. We're going to do some step out punches today. So one thing I like about using stuff around your home is you have to hang on to it a little bit differently. It doesn't have the nice perfect handholds like a lot of the great equipment that's out there, but real life sometimes has awkward handholds. So we're going to grab it like this, and we're going to step out. And just alternate sides. So we're going to kind of step out to a diagonal and punch. Step out to your left, punch. And this one is a quick movement. I want it to punch. I want it to slosh. Make a motion, make a movement. This is working on some power. Breathe. Keep those abs nice and tight. As you step, you want your core to engage. So one way to think about doing that is if someone were to come up and they're going to punch you in the gut, you would kind of brace, like, ooh. That's what I want you to do here, is keep that nice and tight. Each side, Kind of just stepping out to a diagonal, punching across the room. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears. It's easy to kind of punch those shoulders on arm exercises. Keep breathing. If this is getting to be a lot for you, you don't have to go all the way to 10, of course. We're going to do one more each direction. And 10. Good. Now, the next time you go through these, hold on to it the opposite way. Make your hands do it differently. And then also your muscles are going to be working a little bit differently as well. All right, great. Now we're going to lower back down to the floor on your backside. Go this way. Okay, I want you, I'm going to make sure my camera's staying on there, on your heels and your hands. So one thing you're going to do here, notice if you're sitting like this, your shoulders are going to go up a little bit. So bring those shoulders down, lift up your hips. Now, first of all, just holding this could be the exercise. If this is really challenging for you to try to hold, you can start here. If you want to try a little bit more, you can start by lifting one leg and then the other. It doesn't have to be a big lift, just a tiny little march, keeping those hips up. Breathe. Think about squeezing your glutes. And then also when you lift your knee, think about trying to keep your tabletop stable so that you're not, kind of moving all around. If that feels okay, try to lift your opposite hand up off the floor. Breathing. Now you're going to feel this a multitude of places. You're going to feel this in your triceps a lot, having to hold you in this position. You're probably going to feel it in your hamstrings a little bit and your core. There's a lot of different places where that is really challenging, but being able to move in that position, if you're down on the floor and you think, if you have to move somewhere, like if you need to stand up, if you need assistance standing up, being able to move your body weight around is important for many reasons. So give it a shot. If you need some other suggestions, shoot me a message and we'll work on that together. Okay, now we're going to stand up. So make sure you stand up nice and slowly so that you don't get lightheaded. And we're going to do a grapevine. So we're going to do a little bit of agility. So start on one side of your room. We're going to cross over, front, and then back. So try that to begin with. Front and back. Step in front, step behind. Step in front, step behind. Now, if you can do that and it feels pretty easy, you can pick up the pace a little. Front, back. You can just go back and forth across your room if you have a long hallway or a longer area that you can just go. I would do this for about a minute. Maybe start with 30 seconds. And then as you get going, you can also add more of a twist. Get your arms into it, really get some extra movement and work on doing it quickly. So as quickly is safe for you. If this is really challenging, maybe do it along a counter so you've got something to hang on to as you try it, and slowly progress. And then again, as always, if you need some other suggestions, you can message me and we'll work on that together. Okay, final one, we're going to lower to the floor and do a plank. Now again, many ways to do this. You can do it up on your hands, you can do it on your elbows. The good thing about doing it on your elbows is it saves your wrists, especially if your wrists are sore from doing those crab reaches. So let's do that today. If doing a plank on the floor is too challenging, you can do it on a chair. Put your hands on a chair, just like I described the modified walkouts. So if you're here, and then just step your feet back so you're in a nice flat plank. Importantly with that, make sure your hands are directly beneath your shoulders. No matter which level you're doing, you want your elbows or your hands directly beneath your shoulders. So let's do this for a 30-second hold if you can. Keeping your head in line here, so no looking down here. I don't want you looking up. I want your head. Keep staying in line with the rest of your spine. Think about that ab recruitment, keeping those abs engaged as you hold this. Think about lifting up with them to keep you held there. Keep breathing. It's easy to kind of want to hold your breath. We've got 5 more seconds. And rest. All right, very good. So go through those 1 or 2 more times, add a little cardio in between, and keep challenging yourself. If you've tried these before and you want to try a little bit more on the next level this time, that's great. Do it in a safe way, and as always, like I keep saying, message me if you need any different ideas, or if you want to know how to make something even harder or something, back it off a little bit more. That's great. So have a great workout, everybody, and we'll see you next time.